Hey everyone, this is Duhanci from Performance Tactics. This video is being recorded on Sunday the 10th of July, right before the US Futures Open. I'll be going over the main fundamental themes coming up in the week ahead, along with some technical levels to watch for and pay attention to throughout the week this next week. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that we're currently in a tightening cycle, meaning the Fed is on a path of highering interest rates and removing liquidity from the markets. And therefore, the pressure remains to the downside. They're putting downside pressure on these markets. However, that doesn't mean that we won't have short-term bounces higher in the meantime as we make ourselves lower. The market tends to ping-pong itself from level to level as it makes its way in a particular direction, whether that direction is up or, as in this case, down. That being said, from a fundamental standpoint, this week we have CPI coming out on Wednesday. This will be an important number since it's the main number that the Fed uses in order to make interest rate decisions. The higher that number, the more likely the Fed is to continue on a path of tightening and highering interest rates, which will continue putting downside pressure on the equity markets along with other risk assets. On Thursday, we have PPI, which is another inflation measure, but from a producer's perspective, which gets passed on to the consumer, followed by retail sales and consumer sentiment on Friday. All right, so that being said, from a technical perspective, these are the levels that I'll be paying attention to this week on the S&P. And keep in mind that 90% of the individual equities will be trading in the same direction as the S&P-500. The first level that I'll be paying attention to is this one right here from 39.50, 39.15. I think this is a critical level to start the week. If this level were to break, if we were to break through 39.50s, that'll open the door for us to trade higher without anything to stop us until about 4100s, 4150s, 4100s. However, on the downside, if this level were to hold and break price down, bring in some selling pressure, the first level to the downside that I'll be paying attention to is 38.50, 38.10 as a first stop, then 37.80, 37.40s right below that. If that were to break, 3700s below that. So what I'll be doing throughout the week is reading price as it approaches these levels and watching how it reacts around those areas, waiting for the market to show me its hand at these levels and wait for a trigger before getting into a trade rather than trading these levels blindly. That being said, that'll do it for this video. If you like videos like this one, please make sure to like, subscribe. I'll be following this up with an update on Tuesday as well as on Thursday so that we can mark changes and update our levels. I hope you all have a good week ahead. See you guys here on Tuesday.